Happy New Year's to you all. I keep saying this, but I'm going to say it right at the start of this video because it's extremely important. If you're drinking tonight, drink responsibly, have a designated driver who's not drinking. There's just too many accidents that happen around this time of year, and I want you all to be safe. Now that that's out of the way, a lot has happened this year. I reactivated my channel in September, and since then, we've reached nearly 7,000 subscribers. I want to thank all of you. I have a heck of a community and a heck of a recap for you guys. Montreal played Vegas this afternoon, and it was nuts. Enjoy the introduction. This made me feel nostalgic while editing it. Looking back over the past year, a lot of great stuff. A few players that have went from having a tough start to leveling out, a couple of new faces, a couple of players that have moved on to other teams or have been sent down. I can't wait to see what the new year brings us, and I hope you're along for the ride.
Shot up high, that's not Hanifin. Back over. Eichel waits. Out in for big stops from Sam Montembeault.
I'll be damned if we're gonna lose one on my shift.
Let's talk about it.
You're going for a leader. You're going for a leader.
I mean, what do you say about a game like that? I guess I was having some pretty conservative estimates about how they would do against Florida, Tampa, and then Vegas. They couldn't have scripted it better, which makes me think, is Montreal part of the script now? I'm just joking, Gary B. I know that you're on the up and up. But let's get recapping this game. Let's look at some of the gameplay and talk about how this game unfolded. Real quick, though, I just want to remind you, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below. That's all I have to say. So we start where we always start. Let's take a look at the lineup. Who's playing tonight? Any shocks? Pizzetta's playing. Just joking. That was me. No, it looks pretty similar. We got Caufield, Suzuki, Slav, Newhook, Dach, Laine, Anderson, Dvorak, Gallagher, Heineman, Evans, Armia, Hudson, Matheson, Gooley, Carrier, Xhekaj, Savard, and Montembeault starting in net. Again, there was individuals who wanted to see Dobich back in net, but I figure you just can't do that. Montembeault has his position. Just because the young guy came in, had an incredible game, you can't be like, now we're going to split duties. Nah, maybe one day. So the puck drops. That third line is out again to gauge kind of how the team is going to play, set the tone, understand how hard Vegas is going to come out. So I think that they kind of got the temperature. The second line comes out. I've said in the past, I worry a little bit about the defensive mechanisms for the second line, and the shift proved me right. Dach sends a pass out. It's intercepted. Not a great pass. And you're thinking, no, Dach, please, not again. This is not you anymore. You're back. You're not making these mistakes anymore. Well, Vegas takes it down. They break out into the other end, and Zach Whitecloud puts it in, making it 1-0 for Vegas.
Career high 9 goals this year for him. As here goes Hurdle up the middle, passing over, they score.
Vegas doesn't stop there, and they do look powerful in this first period. Jack Eichel gets sprung in front of Gooley. Gooley does a good job at tormenting him, but this was a close one. After that first goal bumble, the second line is trying to make up by putting some plays together. Laine, Dach, and New are trying to make things happen, and they do get some good offensive time in the Vegas zone. Josh Anderson is also doing what he's been doing lately. He's putting himself out there, having some physical play, and relying on those fast feet. He gets right in front, driving the net. I feel like he should be able to get lucky more often with these because he does it often enough. For all of his efforts, he gets high-sticked in the face in the offensive end. Vegas goes down to the other end. Olofsson fumbles an open net opportunity like an oaf. Olofsson? Oaf? I tried to do something there, but it didn't really work. We're seeing Carrier looking for his first goal. He's really putting himself out there. And since joining the team, their record has been fantastic. I think I saw a stat out there that said since Carrier has joined the team, the Habs have 100% penalty kill. And spoilers, I think that continues in this game. But let's get the good news out of the way because Hanifin is going to make it 2-0 Golden Knights.
Fending off pressure from Pearson, comes out in front, and Hanifin scores.
What should I say about this one? The boys looked lost defensively in this one. Dach gets stuck along the wall and just kind of watches the play unfold while Newhook is further back from the play. So not looking good. After the first period, it is 2-0 for the Golden Knights. And you know what? Second period is kind of more of the same. It doesn't look good for the Montreal Canadiens. The Vegas Golden Knights look powerful. Eichel and Dorofeyev go on a break 2-on-1, but Montembeault closes the door. Then Dvorak gets out of place on the guy he's watching. He takes a tripping call. Then Gallagher, being the pest that he is, tries to get involved and tries to get Colasar upset. A little scuffle anyway. Montreal is not looking like they have in the past games. They're doing a good job defensively, but what's wrong is they're not throwing pucks at the net like they were. Remember how recently they were getting over 30 shots every game and sometimes into the higher 30s? Well, in the second period, they really get stuck at 10 and they're not putting any shots towards the net. But now with 13 shots on goal, that number 13 keeps coming up, right? The first line, Caufield, Suzuki, and Slav enter the zone. They do a lot of hard work. Caufield does a lot of physical hard work, which I really appreciate from him lately and have been noticing. And what happens? This happens.
Into the corner with a couple Golden Knights. Comes right back to him. Out in front, Caufield scores!
That's, what number is that for Caufield? That's like 20? Is that 20? But 100 career goals assisted by Suzuki and Slav. So that's going to do it for the end of the second period. It is now 2-1 for the Golden Knights. Or is it 3-1? Do they score here right at the end?
Cuts across, waits, and takes the shot that goes in.
No, I don't know. I don't know what happened here. I don't know why they thought, I don't know why they're cheers, because this was like 3 seconds too late. The arena acted like it was a goal. I mean, you got to look at the clock, guys. This was a late one. I think Montembeault knew it was after the clock too, because he was so out of place when this shot came in. On to the third period, and Hudson gets his pocket picked. This has been happening, and it's scary when it happens. But what happens is Hudson and Matheson get back, and they stop this in its tracks. They act like their lives depend on this one. This is fun. Next, there's a little scuffle in front of the net. It's the first line that's out there. Let's slow this down a bit. Actually, first, let's watch it unedited.
That's snapped up by Aiden Hill. You got quite a fracas here at the side of the net now.
See anything funny there? So Suzuki gets dumped. Hudson is put in a headlock here. I presumed he's being noogied as well. And it looks like Caufield figures, you know, while all this is going on, let me get a little nibble. I like that. I like that quite a lot. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, that made me smile. So who's going to make this interesting? Who's going to tie this up? Well, there's a lot of likely candidates now. The team is really coming together and starting to show their offensive flair. Could it be Suzuki, who has the most points on the team with 36 points, 11 goals and 25 assists? Is it Cole Caufield, who has 20 goals now? Is it 20 goals or is it 19? 19 or 20 goals, 15 assists for 34 points. What about Lane Hudson? He is third on the team for points with 26. He's gotten 2 goals now, so he's proven that he can score goals. Jake the Snake Evans, could it be him? He's hot. He's hot and he needs to be locked up, right? We have to send this guy a contract. Jake is now 4th on the team in terms of points. He has 24 points, 23, 24, 10 goals and 13 assists. So no, it is not any one of those. It is another individual who I think has a very high points per minute on the team. Any guesses?
Savard with the dump in. He's got it again. Sends this to the net. Kicked around. They score!
Yes, it's Emil Heineman with his 9th goal on the season. That puts him at 16 points. This guy's still kind of in the Calder race. I mean, he's not on the top of the race, but he's still being talked about, I'm sure. He's now 3rd in goals for rookies this year. And again, he is tied for 6th in points. Anyway, Heineman's goal was assisted by David Savard. And this is a much different looking game than it was after the first period. And the broadcast drops an insane stat on us. They tell us that Vegas hasn't lost a game this season after winning by 2 goals. Can Montreal change that? Well, Brandon Gallagher would like to change that, but unfortunately, he's not the hero we deserve. Oh, what can I say? I guess Dach will have to do it.
The shin guard of Josh Anderson. Now here goes Kirby Dach. In with Line A. Out in front, and he scores!
Major props to Josh Anderson on this one. He blocks the puck and puts it to Dach. This is going to be the go-ahead goal. 3-2 Montreal. Vegas tries to battle back. They still got 9 minutes to do this, right? They start putting shots on net, but I mean, Montreal's defense is looking suffocating. They're not allowing them any really strong opportunities. It feels so good to say that. So with a few minutes left, they pulled the goalie. Nick Suzuki gets an opportunity to go down ice with the puck, but he's not able to seal the deal. What I liked here, though, was he didn't overextend himself and he was able to get back into the play because it was important that he got back into the play. This is where Montembeault has to come up big. Vegas quickly goes down the other side of the rink. Eichel dumps it in on Montembeault. It's not a good idea to dump it in on the goaltender. He almost had enough time to line himself up and take a shot at a goalie goal here. But instead, he'll feed Guhle, who brings it into the corner. Jack Eichel dumps Guhle into the corner, face first into the boards. No problem, no call. Vegas calls a timeout, try to rest their guys. St. Louis says, you know who's going out. It's going to be Evans, Suzuki, Carrier, Guhle, and Armia. This is an important face-off. This is an important zone departure. The ole starts to happen.
Hurdle in the corner.
But Montembeault quickly needs to put on his business suit because he needs to make 3, maybe 4 or 5 extremely important stops. Montembeault freezes the puck. There's one last opportunity for Vegas, but the puck gets put down ice. That's going to be it. Canadians have 3 consecutive wins and 3 huge wins against 3 of the strongest teams in the NHL right now. Just a mind-blowingly good game. I loved watching every minute of this. I was screaming at my TV. I was at the edge of my seat. And I do want to say something to some people out there. There were a lot of individuals all throughout this season who doubted the plan, who doubted the rebuild, who doubted Martin St. Louis, who doubted Gorton and Hughes. How are you feeling about those opinions right now? They just beat the Florida Panthers, the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the guys who dethroned them in 2020, the Stanley Cup Finals. And they beat the Vegas Golden Knights, who I believe are currently on the top of the standings in the NHL, sharing that crown with the Winnipeg Jets, right? You want to go back on what you're thinking about the plan and the rebuild? How's the rebuild going? It's going pretty good, I think. This isn't even their final form. So with all that being said, that's going to do it for me, guys. I want to get this video out kind of timely so you guys can watch it before you're out to your parties, hanging out with loved ones, whatever you're doing tonight. Again, I want to reiterate, please find a way home that is safe. It's, you know what? It's actually not going to be safe getting home no matter what you do. There's going to be individuals on the road that are reckless, that are driving drunk. You sometimes can't make the decision. And I know personally, you sometimes cannot make the decision whether or not you make it home alive or not. So be extra safe tonight. Don't take any chances. Call a cab, call an Uber, call a friend, call a family member. Don't drive drunk, guys. Don't drive drunk. If that even makes one of you change your minds, I feel like I can go to bed and like sleep for 48 hours. Like I'm going to rest very easy tonight, knowing that I did something like that for someone. So I want you to have a safe and healthy New Year's. What's your resolutions? Let me know in the comment. What are you going to do better this year? How are you going to work on yourself or work on maybe your life situation? I would like to lose some weight. I have gained weight over the past, I don't know, 7-8 years. I was always around 180 pounds. And I am now up like 20 pounds pretty much. And yeah, it's not fun. When you bend over and try to tie your shoelace and you have to make that grunting noise, who wants that? Nobody wants to have to do that. So maybe if you guys keep me honest, maybe I could do that. Maybe if I put myself out there and let you know that I'm doing something like that, maybe it'll give me the incentive and the drive to finally work on those things and make it better for myself. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you so much for your support, especially over these past few months. The individuals who have been here since the start, I really, really appreciate you. You know who you are. I might start, I don't know, what is it, membership or Patreon or whatever it is. I need to talk to somebody more to learn more about that. I know Hockey Junkie does it. I've been meaning to ask him about that. It's just a way that, it's a way that you can subscribe to additional content that I can provide, but also a way that I could maybe elevate your, I don't know, your viewership, audience. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I need to really inform myself. Let me know if that's something that interests you. But let's wrap this up. Like the video. It helps me out with search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. I'd love to have you. And as always, I'll see you down below in the comments.